Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is. Who cares? It's a money making Monday. Hopefully, you guys tailed this weekend. I didn't get a video out the last 2 days, but if you are subscribed, you did get the locks this weekend, and we cashed in all weekend long. It's been a great weekend. We're going to continue keeping it moving today on a money making Monday with Matt. I got the picks. I got the locks. It was Super Bowl yesterday. It was a nice day. We hit on the Chiefs also. We did take the Chiefs money line. Wasn't betting against Patty. But anyway, we're back here, back to regular scheduled programming. First game of the night. There is 10 games today. First game of the night. It is the Indiana Pacers playing in Charlotte. Charlotte getting 9.5 at home. Um, it's easy and quick for me. This is the Pacers. Halliburton is in the lineup. He is game time decision, but he is in the lineup as of right now. Um, as long as he's playing, you already know it's the Pacers. 9.5 is a lot of points. This line has actually gone down since it's opened up. It opened up at 11.5. Now it's at 9.5. A little concerning. I don't know why. Halliburton is on game time decision. If he does not play, I'm not touching this game. Um, Probably roll with Charlotte in the points. Indiana should still cover, but if Halliburton plays, Indiana is a lock today. Indiana should probably cover the 9.5, but I'd probably cut it down in half if you're going to run it on a parlay. Then take the money line with a couple of other games. But Halliburton, if he's in, Pacers all the way. If he's out, staying away. Next game up is the Philadelphia 76ers playing in Cleveland against the Cavaliers. Cavaliers are the hottest NBA team in the league right now. They are number 2 currently in the East. They stand behind the Boston Celtics right now. They are on a 9-game winning streak. Hottest team in the NBA right now. They're at home where they play their best. Philly, you already know, without Embiid, straight fade. Not taking them. Tyrese Maxey is in. Buddy Hield getting the start. He played last game. Tobias Harris is at the 3 today. Kelly Oubre at the 4. Paul Reed at the 5. Everyone is in for Cleveland. It's Cleveland all day here, quick and easy. Cleveland is too hot right now. Not going against them, and they're at home where they play their best. Philly didn't get it done against Atlanta the other day. Atlanta is very hot right now, though. But Philly just doesn't look the same without Embiid. I think they've won one game over their last 10. Um, yeah, it's Cleveland all day for me. This is probably a lock as well. Everyone is in Cleveland all day. They probably even cover the points. So if you want to lay the points, cut it down a couple of points for better odds, or lay the points. Or if you're going to run it on a money line parlay ticket, either way, it's Cleveland all day. However you want to play it, it's the Cavaliers tonight. Next game up, it's the Chicago Bulls playing in Atlanta against the Hawks. We saw this game earlier this season. They played in Chicago first game, and Chicago won that first game. But that was earlier in the season. Chicago wins that game by 5. 3-game series. Game 2 tonight in Atlanta. The bounce back revenge game for the Hawks. The Hawks have been looking really good over the last 7 games or so. We saw they beat the Phoenix Suns. They beat Golden State. They beat the Lakers. They covered against Boston. Um, they beat Philly last game. They are low key getting it together. Beginning of the season, straight fade. Now they're rolling. They're getting things going. DeJounte Murray is in the lineup. He is starting. Trae Young has been going crazy ever since he got snubbed, but now he's in, so kind of no reason for him to be. But whatever. He's been balling. Atlanta's been hot lately. Clint Capella's still out, but they've been playing good without him. They got Okongwu at the center. Jalen Johnson's been playing really well. Chicago, um, they let up a lot of rebounds and points to the power forward position. So Jalen Johnson is a player prop that we are looking at coming in from the Prophet Palace. Um, but Atlanta for me today at home gets it done. It's the bounce back revenge game. Earlier in the season, they played right before. Oh, they played on the day after Christmas. They played in Chicago, and Chicago only wins by 5. I think Atlanta gets it done today at home. They've been hot. Bounce back revenge game at home. Give me the Hawks today. Next game up, it is the San Antonio Spurs playing in Toronto against the Raptors. Raptors laying 6 at home. I don't like this game, straight up. Probably not going to bet this game. Um, Toronto has not looked good lately. They've looked really bad. Um, Not that good against the spread, 13, 14, and 1, as you can see against the spread. Uh, they do play better at home than they do on the road. I'm sorry, that was their away record. Their home record is 11 and 14 at home. Toronto just hasn't been that good since they got a bunch of new guys in and trying things out with the rotation. Starting five is solid, I believe. It's the rotation. Does they're not really haven't gotten acclimated with the rest of the starting five yet. And even Isaiah Quickly, he's still kind of new. So is RJ Barrett. They're still both relatively new. And RJ Barrett hasn't played so many games. Quickly's only played like 10 games so far with these guys. So this team is still figuring it out. San Antonio, obviously, they're well coached. Got arguably the best coach in the game. Um, this is a tough game for me. I'm kind of leaning towards San Antonio with the points. I don't mind them with the points. These two teams, did they meet already? Let me take a look. These two teams have met once already in San Antonio, and the Raptors get the win. They only win by 7. Now they're playing in Toronto. Tough one. They played early in the season. That was not the same Toronto team. Spurs, that was obviously young, early in the season Spurs team. I do think that the Spurs can cover this game. I think Toronto probably ends up pulling off the win, but I don't love it. I do see an avenue where the Spurs can possibly win this game. I think the Spurs can cover. I think the Spurs can win. Um, but is this a good game for Toronto to catch a win? Yeah, it is a good game for Toronto to catch a win. They need to catch a win. They haven't looked good their last few games. The Spurs lost their last 5, and over the Toronto's last 5, they've only won 2. So and the 2 wins that they did get was against Houston and Charlotte. So I mean, you take that as far as you want, but it doesn't hold too much weight. Um, Give me San Antonio plus the points, plus 6. Maybe buy a few more points. Maybe like plus 9.5. Maybe even plus 10.5. Buy maybe 3 or 4 points and probably get it at like minus 180, 190, maybe minus 200 on your book. Put it on a parlay with something or single play it. If you're going to single play it, I would just go straight up with San Antonio with the points and just single play it. But if you're running on a parlay, then maybe buy a few more points, take a little cushion with the Spurs. But like I said, don't love this game. Probably not rushing to bet this game. Next game up, it's the New York Knicks playing the Houston Rockets. Rockets at home finally. They played their last like 5 on the road or something like that, 6 on the road, and we've been fading them every game on the road. They're terrible on the road. We know that. We only bet on the Houston Rockets at home because they've only won 5 games on the road this entire season. Now they're back home finally, where they play their best. They played their last 4 on the road. They lost all 4 of them on the road. They didn't win not one road game. Straight fade on the road. Now they're finally back home where they can catch a win against this Knicks team who, yes, I know the Knicks are really, really good. I know the Knicks they probably have a shot to go to the Eastern Conference Finals right now. But they are still a little banged up. No Julius Randle, no OG Anunoby, no Mitchell Robinson. Jericho Sims is game time decision. Isaiah Hartenstein is game time decision. He's in the lineup as of right now. He's probably going to play, but he does have the game time decision tag over him right now, and he hasn't played in a couple of games. So I don't know if he's going to be on minute restriction or if he's good to go or how good he's going to be his first game back. They're on the road now. The Knicks just played like 5 or 6 in a row at home. So they were just comfortable. Now they got to get up and go to the road, go on the road and play against Houston, who they've already seen recently, like not too long ago, maybe about a month ago. They played in New York, and the Knicks beat them by 15. Um, this is a good spot for Houston to catch a win, man. They're on a 4-game losing streak. I think Knicks are the better team, obviously. Knicks are the better team. They should beat Houston. But in the spot that they're in tonight after New York being comfortable, being at home for 5, 6 games straight, now they got to get up and go to Houston, and Houston's itching for a win right now. On the Houston side of things, Fred VanVleet is still out. And Sengun is also game time decision, which is obviously probably the biggest key factor in this game. He's in the lineup though, so I do think he is probably going to play. But if Sengun does not play, we're rolling with the Knicks. If Sengun is playing, I'm going to take Houston with the points plus the 4 points, maybe even buy a few more, uh, give it a little cushion, maybe plus 7.5, maybe buy 3 points. But I don't mind Houston with the 7.5 or the 4.5, maybe even a little sprinkle on the money line if Sengun is playing for Houston. And that's what I got for that game. Just as like I said, this is not my favorite game. Um, I do lean right now towards the Houston Rockets if everyone is playing. Houston with the points, or New York Knicks money line. Just a small lean. Probably not going to make it into my final play just because the Knicks they lost their last game against Indiana. Brunson's first game back. They got a couple of new guys in the lineup in the rotation also. So maybe they're still trying to figure it out. I mean, not trying to figure it out. The Knicks are good. Brunson is that guy, but they do have some new guys in the rotation coming off of the bench. So um, we'll just see how it all works out for them. But I do think that it's a good spot for Houston tonight, ultimately to catch a win and end their losing streak. So yeah, that's what I got for that one. Next game up, it's the Pelicans playing in Memphis against the Grizzlies. Memphis getting 9.5 at home. This is quick and easy for me. It's the Pelicans. Pelicans been on the road for a little bit. This will be their fourth straight road game. They won two. They're 2-1 already. They beat the Clippers. They lost to the Lakers. They beat Portland. Now I believe they go into Memphis and they beat this G League team because that's what they're playing with. A bunch of G League players. Only person I know there is freaking Jaren Jackson, Santi Aldama. They got rid of Xavier Tillman. Still no John Moran, obviously Marcus Smart. Bunch of guys. I mean, the list is ridiculously long. I'm not even going to read it all. But basically, Memphis is playing with the G League team. They're not the best at home. They do play better on the road. Their ATS record at home is one of the worst. As you guys can see, they're 8-16 against the spread when playing at home. And the Pelicans, as you guys can also see, is pretty good when they're on the road. They're 15-11 against the spread. I do think that they get this win tonight. I think they cover the spread. If you guys want to lay the 9.5, lay the 9.5. They should blow them out tonight. If not, tease the points down, or if you're going to run a money line parlay ticket, Pelicans definitely make that lock list. Zion is game time decision. Whether he plays or he doesn't play, it's still the Pelicans for me. I always said, you guys know me, I think they play better without him. But maybe I'm a hater, but it is what it is. Give me the Pelicans tonight. Next game up, it is, it's probably the toughest game of the night, probably the best game of the night. Going to be tuning into this one tonight. We got two champions facing each other. It is the Joker versus the Freak in Milwaukee. It's the Denver Nuggets playing the Bucks in Milwaukee. This is a tough game. I mean, this is literally a pick'em game. There's no right or wrong answer. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong if you're on the Bucks side of things. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong if you're on the Nuggets side of things. Don't let me talk you out of it because I'm on the fence with this game right now. These two teams have already played once this season. This will be the last time they play. They played once in Denver. Denver gets the win by 6. This is the second time they're going to be playing, and that was actually not too long ago. That was on the 29th of January. This is the second and last time they're going to be playing this season. Playing in Milwaukee. Usually it's the bounce back revenge game at home. That's usually the spot that I like to take, the bounce back revenge game at home, trying to even the series out, which isn't a bad pick. Damian and Giannis are both game time decision, but I think they're going to play. They're both in the lineup. It says that they're probable, so most likely they're going to play. No Middleton still. Jay Crowder is going to get the start alongside Malik Beasley, Damian Lillard in the backcourt, Giannis and Brook Lopez in the front court. And then on the Denver side of things, Michael Porter Jr. and Caldwell Pope. They are both in the lineup, but they are game time decision. Michael Porter Jr. is probable. He's most likely going to play. And I do believe Caldwell Pope is also going to play. So it's looking like both teams are going to be at full strength tonight with the exception of Middleton for Milwaukee. But both of these teams suck against the spread in the spots that they're in. Denver, obviously they're two of the best teams in the league. They're winning games. They don't cover games in the spots that they're in. We know that the Denver Nuggets, we love to bet them at home. They play much better at home. They're a money-making team at home. Denver on the road, one of the worst against the spread. They're number 4 from the bottom against the spread on the road. They're 10-17 against the spread when playing away. And as you guys can see, the Bucks aren't that much better when playing at home. They're like sixth from the bottom when at home against the spread. They're 11, 15, and 1. So really, this game is a complete pick 'em game. No right or wrong answer. Take your pick. I probably go with the better team. I feel like both of these teams will need a full healthy team to beat the other team. So without Middleton, I do think that changes things a bit. Um, but Giannis is still Giannis, and Dame is still Dame. But on the other side, you got Joker and Jamal Murray as well. And I do think that the Nuggets have the overall better team, with the exception of the 4 stars. You take Jamal Murray, you take Joker out, you take Giannis away, you take Damian Lillard out. Let's say the 4 of those guys are all out of the game, and the rest of the team is playing against each other. Who are you taking to win this game? I'm taking the better team, and that just happens to be the Denver Nuggets. So small lean with that guy Joker. Don't like betting against him. I don't like betting against Giannis either. But the Bucks have dropped the ball lately. Yeah, they did put a beating on Charlotte, but whatever. No one really cares. Charlotte. That doesn't really hold much weight. In Denver, it's Joker, man. He's the defending champ. So a small lean with Joker. Maybe I'm a little biased. I love Giannis too. Don't get me wrong. I don't like betting against either one of these guys. This is a game that I'm probably not going to bet ultimately at the end, but I do have a small lean towards Denver. Maybe buying a few points with Denver, maybe like plus 4.5, plus 5, just because there is a possibility that the Bucks win this game. And if the Bucks do win this game, I don't think it's going to be by a big margin. I think 1-5 if they win, if you're looking for a winning margin. But that's what I got for that game. Next game up, it's the Washington Wizards playing in Dallas against the Mavericks. These two teams have already also met once this season in Washington. Mavericks got the win 130-117. They beat them by 13 in Washington. And we know Washington actually plays better on the road than they do at home. Washington on the road is not so terrible. And Dallas at home, they're better on the road as well. Dallas at home, as you guys can see, Dallas at home is 12 and 16 against the spread. They're not that good against the number. This is a pretty big number to lay. Even though I get it, it's Washington. Washington is terrible. They're making a run for the worst team in the league. They're just not good. Washington against the spread, though, on the road is actually third in the league. They're 16-9-1. Yeah, they lose on the road, but they cover games on the road. And with this trade that recently went down between Washington and Dallas, I think they're going to try and compete in this game. Not saying they win this game. No, they don't win. Mavericks win this game for sure. Mavericks money line is a lock. I just don't know if I'm comfortable laying this double-digit spread against Washington, who is good against third best cover team in the league on the road, and they got to face against some of their old teammates. They might be a little personal. So I think that the Wizards do keep this game close, but I'm not rushing to lay any points on either side with this game. There is an avenue that the Wizards can also get rolled out of the gym. So just not going to touch the points on this. I'm probably just going to roll with the Mavericks money line if I run it on the parlay ticket. But that's what I got for that one. Next game up, probably also one of the best games of the night. It's the Golden State Warriors playing in Utah against the Jazz. And the Jazz are the best number 1 home team against the spread in the league. As you guys can see, Jazz are 18 and 6 against the spread at home. Number 1 ATS team at home this year so far. But on the other side, Golden State, as you can see, 15 and 8 against the spread on the road. They are the number 1 road team against the spread currently right now in the NBA. So both of these teams in a good spot tonight. Golden State has been super hot lately. I bet against Curry the last 2 games in a row. Feel like I shouldn't go against him again. Everything in my heart is telling me not to go against him, but my head is telling me that this is a good spot for Utah tonight. They're running a big lineup tonight. They got Laurie at the 3. They have John Kessler at the 4. John Collins at the 4, and Walker Kessler at the 5. Golden State's going to have trouble rebounding with this team. Utah rebounds the ball very well, and Laurie usually plays the 4. They got him at the 3 today. I think there's trouble for Golden State. Curry has been flaming hot lately. I get it. He killed us last time against the Suns for the game winner, but I do think this is a good spot for Utah to get it done tonight at home. I think they just have a lot more. Can't really trust the Warriors still. I know they've been rolling lately, but I just can't trust them still. Not against Utah and this Utah crowd, and they are pretty deep. I probably buy a few points with Utah. They haven't played yet this season. They were supposed to play earlier this season. That's when the Golden State Warriors assistant coach passed away. When they were in Utah, they didn't get to play that game, so it was postponed. This is the game one, and I'm going with Utah getting the win at home today. Give me Utah. I might buy a few points, plus 4.5, but I think Utah probably gets the win today. This is also another pick'em game, coin toss game. I'm not mad at you if you go with Golden State and Steph Curry. I totally get it. But I just think Utah has a little bit more, and they have the home court advantage. They are the number one home team in the NBA. Give me Utah tonight. Last game of the evening, also going to be a good game. It's the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the LA Clippers. Clippers giving up 4.5 at home. I hate this game completely. Um, I've been telling you guys every day that both of these teams are so overrated, and now they both get to play each other. Probably not betting this game. 50-50 game. Clippers, whatever. They're going to lack on the front court. Zubac is back tonight, though, so I mean, it's a tough game for me. I don't know. I'm probably going to lean towards Minnesota plus the 4.5. Maybe buy a few extra points. They played already once this season. They played in, I believe they played in Minnesota. Minnesota wins the first game by 4. I think Minnesota wins it again. Maybe not. Maybe the Clippers probably win the game. Clippers money line, but I don't mind Minnesota with the points. Both of these teams, I think, are straight fade. They don't show up when they need to. Either one of them. I think they're frauds. Not betting this game. I've been talking crap about both of them all season, so it'll probably just bite me in the ass if I bet this game. So either way, but you already know how I am. I'm not rolling with the Clippers. I'm fading them. If you're gonna give Minnesota a few points on the road, I'll take them. Give me Minnesota plus the 4.5. Probably buy 3 or 4 points plus 7 or plus 8.5. But that's what I got for that game. That's what I got for today's slate, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Money Making Monday. Make sure you guys all like, comment, and subscribe. Get with me for the play of the day, the parlay of the day, the pick of the day, the player prop of the day. We've got a player prop coming in from the Profit Palace. We've got upsets coming from Richie's Upsets. And we've got sweet slate sweeper coming soon. Stay tuned because I am planning on sweeping the slate today again. Get with me for the locks. 10 games, not betting all 10 of them. I do have a pretty nice parlay that I am thinking of for the parlay of the day. And that's what I got for that, guys. That's what I got for everyone. You all have a beautiful day, and let's make some money. Tell me.